Micah Harkins here again, and today we're going to do another mystery unboxing from Etsy. This one's going to be a little bit different though, because instead of being a Witchy, Oddities, or Tarot mystery box, which is usually what I get from Etsy, this time it was actually a mystery seed box, which I actually got from a Canadian seller called the Green Witch Seed Company, or Green Witch Seed Co. That you can find on Etsy at etsy.com/shop/Green Witch Seed Co. Which you can see right here, the listing that I'm referring to. And it is a witch's apothecary seed kit. So this would be kind of witchy plants that you would grow in your garden. And they promise in their listing that the seeds that they send you will be appropriate for your planting zone. We're here in Missouri, which is in zone 6A. And because of that, we have really hot, humid summers and very freezing cold winters. So I, let them know that that was our zone, and they sent us seeds that would be appropriate for such a zone. And we got the seeds in the mail today. They did ask if we had any special requests. I told them that we would like to have some poppy seed, some goji berry seed, and I think I said anything edible, actually. And we did order separately two separate things that were not a part of the actual kit, and that was German chamomile and licorice root. So they did send us the German chamomile and the licorice root to plant along with our mystery seed kit for the Witch's Apothecary. And the first one that they sent us, when I opened the box, there was all these packs. And the first one is purple echinacea, which you can see right there. It is a direct sow. It has the instructions on it. Direct sow, 1/4 inch deep. Keep moist until seeds sprout. It has their name on it, the Green Witch Seed Co., and the name of the herb. The next one is sage. Now, one thing I'm noticing here about this is that while it says sage on it, which is a salvia, it does not have the specific name of the sage, nor does it have the botanical name to it. So I don't know whether this is clary sage, mountain sage, kitchen sage. There's a lot of varieties of sage and salvia out there. So because they didn't include the botanical name on here, I cannot be sure what kind of sage that this is going to be. But it is some sort of edible and culinary sage. I would assume that they mean garden white sage, but it could be a different type. I'm not sure. The next one that they sent is very cool because it's unusual. It's an unusual one, but it is black flowered tobacco. And they misspelled tobacco a little bit on the seed packet. They spelled it Tabacco. But there is your black flowering or black flowered tobacco seeds, and it still has the instructions on there. But again, now on the black flowered tobacco, I can always go to Google and find out what that botanical name is because it's very, very specific. If you type in black flowered tobacco, you will get, a description, a picture, and all the information you could want off of Google. Google's my best friend. So for black flowered tobacco, it actually has these really beautiful pink, red, and well, actually, they have blooms of lilac, smoky mauve, white, pink, violet, dusky dark purple. It looks like it has a lot of different colors for their blooms, so I'm really excited about that. Um, Now, it also doesn't say exactly how many seeds are in each packet, or at least not on the seeds. Um, and it actually doesn't say in the store either. So there's no quantity on these. It doesn't tell me how many are in each box, or in each packet. Um, Now, I did find out that for the flowering tobacco, it's Nicotiana, but you can find out the botanical name for something that's very specific, but for sage and other things, you really do need the botanical name with it. I'm going to open up the black flowered tobacco seeds just to see roughly how many are in there. And these are exceptionally fine seeds. These are very fine white seeds, which I don't know if you could even make them out there, but they're a very fine seed. So it would be pretty hard to count these. It looks like there's probably 25 or 30 seeds in there, which we'll check again with something that's a little bigger because that one was a little small. The next one is black tar poppy. Always good for a witch's garden. Great witch's apothecary type of seed. So we have the black tar poppy. There's a bigger one. We have borage. Borage is one of my favorite herbs. Because my wife jokingly calls it cucumber lettuce. Because I think that you'll find if you ever try to taste borage or smell borage, it has actually a more stronger and true cucumber flavor than actual cucumbers do. So, borage is a really awesome, and it has these beautiful, beautiful blue to purple flowers. It's kind of a scraggly plant, kind of can grow out everywhere, but the leaves and especially the buds, the blooms of the borage plant are great if you sugar them and put them on top of icing on a cake, or you can put them in ice cubes and then add those ice cubes when they're frozen to your favorite summer drink to add beautiful flowers to your drink as well as a refreshing flavor of cucumber. So I'm going to see how many seeds they put in here, and that's how many seeds that they have in this packet. I'm sure it depends on what kind of seeds you have, maybe how many they put in, but since there's not a quantity on the packet, it's kind of hard to tell. And while I'm not going to count these out exactly, I can say that there's probably 10, 20, 30, between 30 and 40 seeds in my hand here. I would say closer to 30. So that's about what we're getting, is about 25 to 35 seeds. And that's roughly what I've been seeing here so far. Now, the next one is called Brocade Marigold, which that one I'm going to have to Google. I do know what marigolds are, but there, again, are very many different types of marigolds. There are, the crinkly, fluffy type of marigold that you see a lot in people's front yards that also works as kind of a insect repellent and mosquito repellent. And then there is calendula, which is called pot marigold, which is, somewhat of a misnomer to its scientific botanical name, which is why the botanical names are just as important as the common names. The next one is creeping Coreopsis, which is also has a ton of varieties. There are bright lights Coreopsis, which we have growing. There are other types of Coreopsis that we have growing out there as well, and Cosmos, which are related to Coreopsis. This is creeping Coreopsis. So I assume that it is a ground cover since it's called creeping Coreopsis. But then again, I'll have to do some Googling on that one. Now, the next one is Anise. Now, I don't know if she means star anise or just anise seed. There's kind of a confusion there. I could answer that by opening it, actually. Again, I would really prefer if they had the botanical names on here, just because that way I can look it up specifically. And this is actual anise seed, not star anise. So, as you can see, because star anise have very, very big, very, very distinct looking seeds, and these seeds are just regular anise seed, and very hardy, very, very hardy plant. So we have our anise there, and then we have peppermint seeds. And I give a little giggle there because about 4 years ago now, in our garden, we went to someone else's house to get a mulberry tree, and they had a plot of peppermint there, and we asked, can we have some? And I said, yeah, of course, take some home with you. She laughed at me, and I didn't understand why she laughed until the next season. And the next season, what happens is peppermint will take over everything in your garden. Absolutely everything. It goes from, oh, this is an awesome herb that, I can use for tea, I can use for bath salts, I can use it for a lot of things. And it turns out it's actually pretty invasive. Once it gets started, it's kind of hard to thin it. It's hard to clear it out so you can plant anything else at all. So we've got fields of peppermint outside, and I don't think I will need any more soon. So while I appreciate the peppermint, and that is a good apothecary kitchen witch need to have seed, and very hardy for zone 6A, actually pretty hardy for just about everywhere, other than, Arctic or super tropical regions, which might even grow there. But peppermint is certainly one of the more common ones. And again, I'm assuming that is the main type of peppermint and not a subtype. They don't give the botanical name, so I don't know if it's regular peppermint, if it is apple mint, or if it is chocolate peppermint, or there's also orange peppermint, pineapple mint, pretty much every different cultivar, cross strain of peppermint there is. The next one is Heirloom Mexican Tarragon. And that is also a great kitchen garden herb, because tarragon is a wonderful herb that can be used with a variety of culinary dishes. Different cuisines from all over the world use tarragon, and this is heirloom variety, which means that it has a pure lineage as far as its mother plants, and the plants that it came from are from a specific heirloom line, and we will definitely plant those in our herb garden here soon. The next one is very specific and doesn't need a botanical name because it says black Peruvian mint, which I am not familiar with. That is a cultivar of mint that I have not previously dealt with. All species of mint, like I said, are pretty invasive and pretty eager to take over your garden. So I will probably plant these in a pot so that they can be contained as well as possibly brought inside to overwinter. And then we have one that's pretty interesting that they sent us that is soapwort, also known better as wild sweet William. There are also different kinds of sweet William, and we have one kind out there growing that is more what people consider regular sweet William. This is wild sweet William that is different and has different flowers on it and different types of blooms than the regular sweet William that we have. So I'm looking forward to planting and trying out the soapwort. We have 3 left here, and one of these is Vietnamese Cilantro, and that is pretty exciting for me. I love cilantro because it's basically 2 herbs in one. It's a 2-for-1 deal. Before it goes to seed, when it's all leafy, you take the leaves, and it's cilantro, which is used in a lot of Mexican culinary dishes as well as Asian dishes. But when it goes to seed, then you get coriander seed. That is where coriander comes from, is from cilantro. So that's kind of a 2-for-1 bonus there, which I really like. And then we have Heirloom again. That means it has a straight lineage. Heirloom German Thyme, which we have creeping thyme out there, which is a beautiful, beautiful ground cover. We have creeping thyme, and then we have just regular culinary thyme. And I think I'm going to plant this next to the other culinary thyme that we have in the garden. I'm not sure if German thyme is the same as what we have or not, so that's another research I'm going to have to do. And finally, the last seed that they sent us was cold prairie goji berry, which sounds absolutely delicious. I love goji berries. I've never tried the cold prairie goji berry, but it does sound delicious, and if we can get it going in our garden, then I will be absolutely thrilled. And again, that's something I'm going to have to look up on Google as far as the best place to put it in the garden. I mean, they do tell you on here to scatter seeds on soil surface, keep moist until seeds sprout, which is pretty general directions. I also need to know what kind of sun it needs, whether it needs full sun, partial sun, shade, and what kind of soil it needs. If it needs, because we live in Missouri, and most Missouri soil is a very thick clay soil. So we've got areas where we can plant in that clay soil, things that will grow there, but we've also got other areas that are more sandy, more loamy. We have areas that we've set up using nothing but potting soil. And we also have areas that are really well draining for plants that need that. We've got about an acre of planting, so I need to find out for all of these packets what soil they prefer, what direction they prefer, what sunlight they prefer, how much sunlight they prefer. Should you fertilize them? Should you not fertilize them? Those are all questions that need answered. And I've found that when it comes to purchasing seeds or plants online, that not only is Google a good research, you don't even have to use Google. You can use Bing. You can use whatever you prefer. But I've also found that one of the best sources of information is the person who sold you the seed or the plant themselves. So, if I have some questions about these that I can't locate the answers to on Google, then I would probably message the seller on Etsy and say to the Green Witch Seed Company, hey there, I bought these seeds from you. I have a question. do you know anything more about this seed? So that is also a very good resource for you, is the seller themselves. So whether you buy it on Etsy or Amazon, Burpee, anywhere online, if you need more information, Google is your go-to, or Bing or whatever, and then of course your fallback is going to be the person who sold you the seeds themselves, because obviously if they're selling the seeds, they probably have the information you need to grow those. So that, along with the chamomile and licorice root that I purchased from them, these are all of the seeds that we received. And the kit itself, the Apothecary kit, which includes, I think, 15 different cultivars. So 15 packets, which is that. And that costs, I'm going to look this up for you real quick, $30.56 plus $9.78 for shipping. And it costs more to actually have tracking added to it. I think it was $13 or something, because the $9.78 is without tracking. And I've found that more often than not, if I order something off Etsy without a tracking number, it only has a 50% shot of actually making it to me. I've ran into that problem so much that I won't go without tracking now. So if you want a tracked shipment, it's probably going to end up costing you around $13 for this store, which would bring your total for 15 packets of these seeds to approximately $43, $43 to $44. And then the chamomile, I believe, was, I think it was $2, roughly $2 to $2.50, and that's in United States dollars, I should say, not Canadian dollars. This is USD. And the licorice root was another $2 or $3. So altogether here, it cost me roughly $48 to $50 to get this, to get these seed packets from Canada. And so you want to kind of, look at the value you're getting there, the uniqueness of the seeds that you get, and the quality. I haven't had a chance to plant these yet. They just came in the mail about half an hour ago. So I can't speak to their ability to germinate, germination rates, or, the quality of the plant itself. Certainly I will update my review on there that I give them on Etsy once I do find that out. But I'm going to go plant these and see what the germination rates look like after a week or so. And, of course, you'll have to look that up on Google again or ask them. They don't have the germination rates on any of these, so that's also information you're going to need to know. So, that is our review of the Witch's Apothecary kit, and that is, again, from the Green Witch Seed Company, which are at Etsy at etsy.com/shop/The Green Witch Seed Co. Which you can also find by searching Google for The Green Witch Seed Co. And then the word Etsy. They're out of Edmonton, Canada. They've had over 5,500 sales on Etsy, so they definitely know what they're doing. They've definitely been there a while, and they've got a fantastic variety of vegetables, herbs, and flowers. As far as that goes, they have a wonderful selection available on their website. They also have Victory Garden seed kits for $50 for the big kit. Or I think it's 20 something for the small kit USD. And if you don't know what a Victory Garden is, go Google it. you should know it's great history of the United States there. But their Victory Garden kits come with a little bit of everything for your garden that you might think you need or might need. That's another way to get a good assortment of seeds, is their Victory Garden kits. So, thank you very much to the Greenwich Seed Company. I appreciate the very quick shipping. It got from Canada to me in about 1 week. So that's an astoundingly fast shipment. Thank you very much for your time and the seeds. And until next time, this is Micah Harkins wishing you a great day.